What? What do you mean, what's wrong? I'm gonna come to you real quick. I can't hear you. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, I'm back.
Put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Lead. I'm coming. They got tight left. 3 down.
To throw on third down. Dalton. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Jackson now. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. Near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now Jackson on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Nick Boyle that time. That'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And he probably should have been down earlier, but they do finally get to him 3 yards short of the line to gain. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. He may try and run for this.
Let's go.
It's first and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky fourth down call. Stepping up, he'll try and he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from 7 yards out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And partner, are you kidding? It's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead, and there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Now this Bengal.
The ball's gonna get copied. Still gotta turn the music off.
Offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
He's going deep for Brown. And this is taken in at the 5. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Seth Roberts, 58 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. On 3rd down, Dalton, and that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Returnable for Thomas. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. He's going deep for Brown. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, 60 yards. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Passing. It's Dalton. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Josh Bynes able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time, and it's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Bynes bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
And that's his 3rd sack, and that ties a Super Bowl record. Makes me think of my old college teammate, Reggie White. He had 3 with the Green Bay Packers in Super Bowl 31. Darnell Dockett of Arizona, Super Bowl 43. And Coney Ealy, 3 sacks for the Panthers against Denver in Super Bowl 50.
All those sacks, they've only been an official record since Super Bowl 17. I know it's believed that L.C. Greenwood unofficially had 4 way back in Super Bowl 10.
Wearing those golden high tops as well.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He won't go down. Legs still churning.
Like a giant pinball.
An excellent run of 22 yards on the keeper and also a 1st down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. On the counter, Ingram. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Powerful running. Brushing off defenders. And he's brought down. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in as his guys continue to pour it on. Offensively, pretty effective option play there for the score.
Certainly was, and it appeared to me that the defense overshifted and overplayed the trail back.
Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for two is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always said about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who could make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Dalton. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again.
Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. It's caught inside the 5. And boy, talk about adding insult to
Sorry for the wait.
end zone to tack on 2 more. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh.
Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. To throw here, Dalton. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. And it's fielded at the 34. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson to Boyle here over the middle. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Jackson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He dumps it down to Ingram. And he does not get to the 1st down marker as they stop him at the 19. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. John Harbaugh going to roll the dice. They're going for it on 4th down. He can run for it, and he will. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. He needed 2, but he doesn't come anywhere close. And the Bengals will get the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he? And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on.
Oh, man, it's caught inside the 10. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big pickup of 38. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Taking it in from... 7 yards away as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So once more, the Ravens will come to the line here and go for the 2-point try. And now he'll tuck it and run. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Oh, boy, rubbing a little salt in the wound there, going for 2 up this big.
You know, there's one time when I played, Brandon, and played against a team that was just absolutely pile driving us. And they ended up going for 2 late in the game. And I asked one of the guys, why'd you do that? He said, because we wanted to win by more. That feels like that type of situation.
Wow. Well, could also result in a melee later, though. And gearing up for another drive, Tyler Eifert trots back onto the field. And a bounce back here for him after a slow start. And sometimes that's how it goes with tight ends. Those catches in their games, they can go in waves at that position.
And you get so locked into stopping them that you think, okay, hey, look at that. We've got it. We've held them down. And the best ones, you really don't hold down for an entire game. They're going to get their catches. Your job is to keep them from being big-time catches that break you down totally.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. Broken tackle. Just bowling over tacklers. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. Oh, and breaks another. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. They'll run here with Ingram. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Wow.
The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day at camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the 2nd sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Dalton. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On the screen, Bernard. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play call, since the screen pass was available, whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down. The clock showing 2 minutes even in what's been a memorable Super Bowl 54. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Dalton, the tight end, C.J. Uzomah, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And the Ravens taking the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Tight end right. Tight end right. Hey,
oh, Jackson's going to throw it. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30.
Let's go.
It's a big play there for Baltimore. 53 yards. Jackson on 1st down. Roberts got it. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's good for a Raven 1st down. 15 yards there. Jackson now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. They run from the pistol with Ingram. And he get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Tucker with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And it's Mark Ingram who caps it off with a touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And out now, here come the Bengals. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Andy Dalton. That's complete to John Ross. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And it's all over. Just one is left standing, and that one is the Baltimore Ravens, your Super Bowl champions. For the victors, getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
That sums it up.